I want to start by telling you something that took me a very long time to understand. Most older people who wake up at night to pee are not actually waking up because of their bladder. They are waking up because of their legs. Nobody in 11 years of doctor's appointments ever told me that. My name is Eleanor May Brennan. I am 102 years old. I taught 5th grade for 41 years. And tonight I will sleep for 8 straight hours in my own bed in my own home on the coast of North Carolina. 1 drink before bed. That is what changed it. Not a pill, not a supplement. 1 simple drink prepared the right way at the right time. If you are over 60 and you wake up 2, 3, 4 times a night to use the bathroom, stay with me, because you have been told this is just aging. You have been told to manage it. You have been told wrong. It started when I was 78. One night I woke up at 3 in the morning needing to pee. I thought nothing of it. 6 months later it was twice a night. By 81 it was 3 times. By 84, 4 times. I was sleeping in 90-minute pieces for years. My memory started slipping. I was dropping things in the kitchen. I had 2 minor falls shuffling down the hall in the dark. I went to 4 different doctors. They checked my bladder, they checked my kidneys, they adjusted my blood pressure medication. Every single one said the same thing. Mrs. Brennan, this is normal at your age. We can manage it. Manage it. Always manage it. Then my son started looking at assisted living facilities. He didn't tell me. I found the brochures in his car. I want to tell you about my sister-in-law, Margaret. Margaret was 3 years older than my husband. We were close for 50 years. She lived 2 streets over. Margaret started waking at night around 76. By 80, she was up 4 times a night. She was so tired in the daytime, she could barely follow a conversation. One night, when she was 81, she got up at 4 in the morning to go to the bathroom. She didn't turn the hall light on. She didn't want to wake anyone. She fell on the way back to bed, broke her hip. She went to a rehabilitation facility. She never came home. She died 9 months later. Pneumonia. The doctors called it complications. I called it 11 years of broken sleep, catching up with her in one Tuesday morning. I decided that day I was not going to be Margaret. When I was 89, I drove 2 hours to see a geriatric specialist named Dr. Ewan. He was the first doctor in 11 years who asked me a question that nobody else had thought to ask. He said, "Mrs. Brennan, by the end of the day, do your ankles look swollen?" I looked down at my ankles and I saw something I had been seeing for years without seeing. My socks left a deep mark. My ankles were puffy. By evening they always were. I had thought that was just age. Dr. Ewan looked at me and said, "Mrs. Brennan, you are not waking up because of your bladder. You are waking up because of your legs, and I am going to tell you exactly why. Here is what he taught me, and I want you to listen carefully because nobody told me this for 11 years, and you deserve to know it now. All day long, you are upright. Gravity pulls fluid down into your legs. In younger people, the veins in the legs push that fluid back up to the heart. In older people, those veins weaken. Fluid accumulates in the lower legs. By evening, slight swelling. You may not even notice it. Then you lie down to sleep, and gravity reverses. All that fluid in your legs floods back into your bloodstream within an hour. Your kidneys register the excess. Your bladder fills. You wake up at 2 in the morning thinking your bladder is the problem. But your bladder is just the messenger. The real problem started in your ankles 12 hours earlier. A Harvard Health study published in December 2025 confirmed something even more troubling. In adults with high blood pressure, nighttime waking to urinate significantly increases blood pressure during sleep. Your nocturia is not just disrupting your sleep. It is silently raising your blood pressure hour by hour, night after night. For 11 years nobody told me this, and here is what Dr. Ewan prescribed. Not a pill. One drink, made a specific way, at a specific time. 1 hour before bed, he told me to drink exactly 4 ounces of unsweetened tart cherry juice mixed with 8 ounces of warm water and a small pinch of sea salt. That was it. 4 ounces of tart cherry juice, 8 ounces of warm water, a small pinch of sea salt. Tart cherry juice is one of the only natural sources of melatonin in food form. Melatonin is the hormone that tells your body it is night. As you age, your body produces less melatonin, and your kidneys lose the natural rhythm that tells them to slow urine production at night. The cherry juice helps restore that rhythm. The warm water rehydrates you gently without flooding your system. And the small pinch of sea salt, this is the part that surprised me, helps your body hold the water in your bloodstream instead of pushing it through your kidneys all night. Cleveland Clinic research has shown this specific combination can reduce nighttime waking by up to 60% in adults over 65. 60%. 11 cents per ounce of cherry juice. Less than $1 a night. Here is what happened to me. First night, I still woke twice. Second night, twice. Third night, once. Fourth night, I slept until 6 in the morning. I sat at my kitchen table the next morning and I cried into my coffee. I had forgotten what it felt like to wake up rested. Within 3 weeks, I was sleeping 6 to 7 hours straight almost every night. Within 2 months, I was up only once a night on my worst nights, and not at all on my best. That was 13 years ago. I am 102 now. I still drink that exact same cup 1 hour before bed every single night. My son never mentioned assisted living again. He visits me on Sundays. We have lunch on the porch when the weather allows. My memory came back. My balance came back. My life came back. Now I have to tell you something important. Everything I just told you, that is 30% of why I am still here. Only 30%. I have lived 102 years. I have buried my husband, my brother, two of my closest friends, and Margaret. Illness is 70% in the spirit and 30% in the body. Margaret didn't die from a broken hip. She died from believing her body had betrayed her. The drink fixed my sleep. It did not fix my life. What fixed my life was something else. I want to ask you to do two things. First, be honest with yourself. If you are exhausted in a way that frightens you sometimes, say so. If you have started avoiding evening events because you know you'll have to leave early, admit that. If you are pretending to be fine to keep your children from worrying, stop. Your nervous system knows when you are pretending, and it is exhausting you in ways no nap can fix. Honesty with yourself is the first medicine. The second medicine is finding someone who needs you. 3 years after I started sleeping again, I began writing letters to former students of mine who I knew were widowed and alone. I have written 247 letters in the last decade. One woman, Helen, my student in 1967, wrote me back last spring. She said, "Mrs. Brennan, your letter arrived on the worst day of my year. I needed to hear from someone who knew me when." I read that letter at my kitchen table and I cried again. Being needed is the most powerful medicine I have ever taken. Find your Helen. Write the letter this week. Every morning I sit by my window and I read for 15 minutes. Sometimes the Bible, sometimes poetry, sometimes a letter from a friend. The reading is not the point. The stillness is the point. Tend something larger than yourself. Whatever name you give it, prayer, quiet, the ocean, the morning, tend it every day. It is what holds you up on the days when nothing else can. If you are listening to this and you are 65 or 75 or 85, you are not finished. The person who believes they still matter heals differently than the person who believes they don't. Your story, the long story of what you have lived through, someone needs to hear it. You are not too late. My name is Eleanor May Brennan. I am 102 years old. I live alone on the coast of North Carolina. I sleep through the night. 4 ounces of tart cherry juice, 8 ounces of warm water, a pinch of sea salt, 1 hour before bed, for 13 years. That is the drink that gave me my sleep back, but only because I also stopped pretending I was fine, started writing the letters, kept the morning quiet, and decided that even at 89, even at 102, my life still had somewhere to go. If you wake up at night, try the drink. 3 weeks. And if you have been pretending you are fine when you are not, stop. Tell someone. Start there. If this reached you today, leave your first name and your age in the comments. I read every single one. Share this with someone who has been walking to the bathroom in the dark for too many years. Subscribe. We are not done yet.